You have water for me up here. This is great. Good morning. Welcome to all of you joining us in person and virtually. I'm Paul Brown, the Vice Chair of the Board of Regents. I'm glad to be with you today for President Mark Slissel's presentation to the university community. My fellow Regents and I are pleased that you have joined us to hear our President's reflections on the current state of the university and his priorities and initiatives for the coming years. But before we get to that, I'm technically a politician, and I have not been in front of a crowd for 2 years, so I have a lot of making up to do, so get comfortable. I'd first like to tell you a funny story that happened to me this morning, which would tell us what we've all been going through in the last 2 years. I walked out downstairs, greeted my 2 kids in a suit for the first time in a long time, and they both looked at me and said, "Dad, why do you have a suit on this morning?" And I said, "Well, I'm going to make a speech at the B school." And my 10-year-old son, and I'm not sure he was joking, said, "There's a school for bees?" I know, that's a B school joke. Those MBAs can tell that. And my 12-year-old daughter said, "B school? Dad, University of Michigan is an A school." Thought those were cute and thought everyone would enjoy them. But since joining the university, we've been hit with a global pandemic. We emptied our classrooms, our dorms, our stadiums and arenas, and our hospitals, and then we filled our hospitals with critically ill COVID patients. Now, I know many others have had to endure much, much worse, but I'm telling you, all of these things that have happened pretty much since I joined the board are an example of correlation, not causation. Or at least that's what I tell myself. But in all seriousness, the last 2 years, the university has been faced with several crises not of our creation, each unprecedented, unpredictable, and representing an existential threat to the university. But these crises came as a single conflagration. Our options as leaders of this institution were often choosing between lousy and horrible. Our own constituencies often were exactly split on which of these unsatisfactory options we should choose. It's enough to keep a new regent up at night. And I did have many sleepless nights, but there was one reason I was ever able to get any sleep, and that was because of all of you leaders at the university, and especially President Mark Slissel. As I told the Daily, it's not enough to be at the right place at the right time. You have to be the right person at the right place at the right time. And all of you were that person, and Mark was that president. As the world-leading immunologist, I did not rest easy, but I could rest knowing that Mark had all the knowledge and skill one could wish for to make these impossible decisions that ultimately kept us as safe as we could be in a global pandemic and the university as healthy as it could be in a global economic shutdown. If I hadn't said it enough, I just want to thank all of you for the incredible hard work you did, and especially to President Mark Slissel. Well, now I better get to the part that they told me I had to say. The Regents commend President Mark Slissel for his leadership during an extraordinary time in the world and the life of this university. He has navigated a global pandemic, marshaling the knowledge and expertise in our university community so we could stay with our academic and research excellence. For the second year in a row, the University of Michigan has been named the #1 public university in the nation. Beginning this fall, a Michigan education will be available to even more students. The Regents are pleased to support the President's expansion of the Go Blue Guarantee and expanding that to eligibility to Flint and Dearborn campuses. This program, as you know, provides 4 years of free tuition to high-achieving in-state students whose family's income is $65,000 or less. Now qualifying students on all 3 campuses will be able to benefit from this program. The President's Commission on Carbon Neutrality presented its report to the Regents in May. The goal of achieving carbon neutrality spans the entire university, including 40 million square feet in buildings, 3 campuses, our athletic complex, and the Michigan medicine system. The ambitious undertaking to address the climate crisis is absolutely fitting for a great public university. This morning, we will have an opportunity to hear President Schlissel discuss the initiatives, priorities, and plans for the future and the topics that are in his sights. I hope you will take advantage of the opportunity to ask questions at the conclusion of his remarks. It is with great pleasure that I introduce my friend, Mark Schlissel, 14th President of the University of Michigan.
Thanks, Paul. That was really kind. Thank you very much. So thanks to Regent Brown for the very kind introduction and the children jokes. And good morning, colleagues, students, friends here in the Ross School and those watching on the live stream. It's really a pleasure to welcome you to this year's leadership address, my 7th since beginning as president. Can you believe it's been 7+ years? I'm looking at Erica and she's nodding. This is the 8th year of my presidency and an important time to think about the future we'll share. It's impossible to have the view that I do and see the lives we save, the students we educate, the knowledge we create, and the frontiers we challenge without also considering how to best position this wonderful university for perpetual excellence. During this pandemic, we've endured more than our fair share of changes that happen overnight. And we've heard the words uncertain and unprecedented so frequently that very quickly they were deemed overused. I announced my decision Tuesday to step down as president at the end of 2023 in an effort to avoid uncertainty and to be in keeping with the precedent that the best transitions occur at the right time and are thoughtful and deliberate. I've discussed this with our regents and feel that an announcement a couple of years out allows for a smooth transition, which I'll support in every way that I can, while ensuring that we can continue the important work we're doing. What is certain is U of M's deep commitment to improving our community and world, along with the abundance of resolve that's always been a defining quality of our university. We drive the cadence of human progress. There's no truth we fail to pursue, no problem we back away from, and no line of inquiry we will not cross. I'm exceedingly proud of what we've accomplished thus far together and remain excited about what we're planning for the years ahead. I was reminded of that promising future last week. On Friday, Regent Acker and I joined Dean Curzan for the ceremonial opening of the LSA building renovation and addition. As a gorgeous state-of-the-art home for the liberal arts, it's an outstanding milestone for the University of Michigan. It's a place of learning, support, and ideas, like the Opportunity Hub and the Optimize program, where academic advising is coordinated with internships and career services, where students can network, collaborate, innovate, have social impact, and imagine the road ahead. It's also a monument to where we're going as a university. We're a university whose work matters. Like the new space in LSA, U of M is uniting our formidable disciplinary strength, better serving our students, and engaging with community and business partners, alumni and donors to address major societal challenges. As I've said before, initiatives and projects that bring us together make us better. Today I'm going to share some updates and announcements that focus on making us an increasingly relevant and innovative university, an institution that draws excellence from the full breadth of our community, keeps its doors wide open to provide opportunity to talented people from all parts of our state and beyond, adapts to the needs and changes in society, leads the world to greater levels of understanding, and directs our intellectual might to the service of our public mission. This fall, we felt this much more poignantly. You are helping us overcome a global pandemic, and we've regained those parts of our mission that have made us excellent for more than 2 centuries. Our students are taking classes in person, delivered in modalities based on world-class pedagogy. Our research enterprise, which I'll discuss in more detail, is back in full stride. Our students, faculty, and staff have blended traditional and remote methods of service to make greater differences in communities. and the full residential experience has returned in all of its co-curricular glory. As Ronnie Kane wrote in the Michigan Daily Story on the Glass Animals concert, Thursday night made it official. The Wolverines are back on campus. Thanks to extremely high levels of vaccination and additional public health measures, we've transitioned from daily worries about heat maps to cheering on heat waves at the Chrysler Center. Our health and safety efforts are ongoing, but we crossed a significant threshold 39 days ago when we opened Michigan Stadium for an in-person student convocation. It was a very special afternoon for all of us, and I want to share a brief video that captured some of the excitement and meaning we felt being together once again in the big house.
Michigan students are known to be smart, talented, and willing to work hard. And over the past 18 months, you have also shown perseverance and resilience, exemplifying what it means to be leaders and best.
We expect you to take in everything this university and city has to offer you. And I'm talking about everything from knowledge to friendships to skills here, Wolverines. But we also expect that you'll give back. Enrich our campus, enrich our university, your university.
We can be the kinds of leaders that the world needs now and in the future. The kind of leaders that Michigan strives to produce. And most importantly, the kind of leaders that you all have the potential to become.
I'd like to end with one bit of advice that also has to do with being back together. Be open to considering different ideas. Don't be afraid to share your own beliefs, but resist the temptation to ostracize others for theirs.
I welcome you to the Michigan family. Please always remember that we are all better because each and every one of you are here.
I hope to see you all on campus. Have a great year. Stay safe, have fun, and go blue. The first-year students who joined us for convocation were from amongst the largest applicant pool in U of M history and members of our most competitive undergraduate class ever. Our classrooms, residence halls, performance venues, and athletic facilities are full of activity because of the thousands of you who made this type of semester possible. The healthcare professionals on the front lines, the instructors who adapted their courses, the dining and custodial professionals who are front and center, and the staff working behind the scenes. The students who persevered, helped others, and inspired us. The donors whose generosity helped us address critical issues, and our community and government partners who collaborated with us to make our region, state, and world better. Even without our traditional breakfast this morning, time constraints don't permit me to list everyone who's been pivotal to our efforts, but I do want to mention just a few. I established the Campus Health Response Committee in July of 2020 to support the health of the university during the pandemic. They meet multiple times a week and are experts in their domains. As many of you know, there's a complex and constantly changing mix of federal, state, and local public health guidelines that influence what we do on our campuses. The CHRC members stay abreast of these guidelines along with the most up-to-date research. Some of them are here this morning, and I invite them to stand and be recognized.